Howdy, you guys. Setting you up here in my kitchen window. Trying to get you right here. Okay, so I'm going to do the dishes and chat with you guys. I saw Laura on her channel, Frog Lover Laura. Hey, Laura. I saw her do this the other day. It was kind of cool. She was just doing dishes and chatting and talking about stuff that was going on with her and stuff. And it was neat. It was like we were in the kitchen together, and she was just doing her dishes, and I was hanging out with her. It was cool. I thought it was a good idea. So I am borrowing her idea. And it's kind of a test. I wanted to see how loud the dishes are, how they're sounding, you know, and if you can hear me over the running water or over the dishes in the sink and that kind of stuff. And I also wanted to see how long this will record. I'm recording on my phone, and I'm curious to see how long it will actually record me doing something. So let me apologize in advance, because we're going to get cut off at the end of this. So I just thought I would just do my dishes and chat. There goes my little froggy. If y'all don't know, that's my little message sound on my phone, so it often comes up, little froggy sound. So anyway, just thought I'd kind of chat about stuff. I've recently watched Alex's video on her channel, So Psyched. If y'all haven't watched any of her videos, you should really go and check her out. Alex is awesome. And you know, y'all, when I talk about your channels and stuff, I would love to link you in the description down here or put an iCard, you know, up there or something. But I ain't got no computer. I can't do any editing. Everything you see is just either on my phone or on my little camera that my son gave me. And it is unedited and straightforward. This is just me doing what I'm doing all in one pass. So what you see is what you get. But anyway, I was watching her, and she was talking about how she kind of got off track a little bit on her diet, and she was struggling a little bit, and her feelings about that and everything. And you know, I'm really in a similar situation, or I feel the same way, because I don't know if you know, but I was really strict on my diet for about 7 months. I was on a real strict low-carb carnivore diet. I had almost 0 carbs. I was averaging about 5 a day, about 5 carbohydrates. Now, that's total, not net. I didn't eat anything but meat, cheese, and eggs, basically. And so I did that for about 7 months. And my thinking on that was, I'm wanting to be on keto for a long time. And it's difficult for me to maintain something for a really long time. So I thought if I start really, really extremely hard and stick with it for a good long time, because I was fasting as well. I was fasting 18 hours a day with a 6-hour feeding window and doing extremely low carb carnivore and lots of exercise. And it was, you know, I was pushing it. That was all I could do. It was all I could do. And I kept it up for 7 months. I was going to do 6 months originally, but it kind of hit right around Christmas. And I didn't want to change anything right around Christmas, you know, because that's a really challenging time. So anyway, I let the holidays pass, and then I decided now's the time I'm going to switch to an easy, you know, a little bit easier. So I increased my carbohydrates to 30 net. And I stopped fasting all the time. And I introduced a bunch of vegetables into my diet. And so I really was a lot more lenient than I had been previously. But my more lenient diet is extremely strict compared to what I did before I started being low carb at all. So I thought this was the way to go. And at first, it really seemed like it was the way to go. It was working really well, and I had gotten used to eating just the same old stuff. I had broken my habits of sugar because I didn't need sugar anymore because I stopped having sugar completely. And I didn't eat carbohydrates hardly ever. So, you know, I didn't really crave that anymore. I'd gotten past that. And I had learned how to fast appropriately. And understanding more about hunger, about my own personal way of feeling about hunger and how I feel hungry, and do I eat when I'm hungry? Am I eating for taste? Am I eating for nutrition? You know, all those things. So I had really dealt with some of those issues, and I thought I had it all under control, and I slacked up on my stuff that I was trying to, you know, my goals and my daily goals and everything, and gave myself a little bit more wiggle room with the carbohydrates. And at first it seemed really good because everything was seeming like a real treat, you know. But then I started finding it a little more challenging because, you know, as I'm adding new foods and stuff, I'm starting to think about food the way I used to, like as a treat instead of as nourishment. And I'm like, ooh, I can have this now, and oh, I can have a little of this now. Like, I got me a little dark chocolate, you know, so then sometimes I'll have dark chocolate or I'll put it in my coffee or something. And when before I had none of that, and now I'm having a little bit. And it's kind of making it worse. I mean, it's kind of making it harder to do without those things. It's making me think about it more. When I eat a piece of dark chocolate, I think about other kind of chocolate things, of course. So it seems almost like it would be easier to just avoid it completely than to allow myself to have a little bit. I don't know if that makes any sense. But, so I've been thinking about it. You know, I found some low-carb beer. So I haven't had alcohol in all this time, you know. So I found some low-carb beer, and I'm going to try some of that. And I've been trying different ways to have my coffee, you know, so it can be lower calorie and lower fat and stuff. But, y'all, I really just want what I want in my coffee. I just want some cream in my coffee. And the substitutes are good. And sometimes I want them for like a treat, like to have a piece of chocolate and some of that Premier Protein in that little, you know, like caramel mocha latte. I made a video on how to make it. Anyway, it's really low carb, really low cal. It's really satisfying and sweet and tastes good and stuff. But that starts me thinking about other things like that I like. And that's not good. So for me, I think I'm going to kind of avoid the keto-friendly sweets and goodies and the dark chocolate and stuff like that. I think I'm just going to go back to meat and veggies and just not have it. Because when I have it, even something that's keto-friendly, it makes me think of it. It makes me think of, you know, other sweets and stuff that I want a lot. So, you know, it's a learning process, and it's such a long process. It takes forever. Being on a weight loss journey is like such a long process. I'm trying to figure out how to stay interested in my food and stay, because I get to where I just don't even want to eat. I'm only eating because I have to eat or I'll feel really bad. And that's not good. You should enjoy your food. You should take enjoyment in your nourishment. You shouldn't just eat some kind of crap to get it over with so you don't have to eat anymore. And I get like that. After I eat a certain kind of food several times, I don't want it anymore. And with low carb, there's not a lot of variety, you know, and I kind of get burnt out on stuff. So that's why I was starting to explore some other options that are within my preset goal range, you know. But it's kind of counterproductive. So that's what I've discovered. It's kind of counterproductive. When I'm allowing myself these little treats and snacks, all it's doing is making me wish I had the real thing. So I need to just be like, I can't have those, and go on and just enjoy regular food and not be worried about little treats and snacks. And as far as my coffee, I've decided I'm not giving up my coffee, and I'm going to have it with cream, but I'm just going to be meticulous about measuring. Whereas before I wasn't really, I mean, I pretty much know how much I put in there, but I wasn't actually measuring every gram of cream, every little bit of it. And now I am. So I'm realizing that I was going overboard with the cream. I don't have to have that much for my coffee to taste the way I want it to. And so I have anywhere between 2 and 5 cups of coffee a day. That's a lot. But I'm only having usually 1 meal a day. So I've been trying to break that up into an earlier in the day and a little bit later in the day so I don't get as hungry in the middle of the night. But it's really, I've been doing 1 meal a day, which is not difficult because, like I said, I was fasting for 18 hours. And when you fast that long, you pretty much are going to have 1 meal because your stomach shrinks. And by the time you eat a meal, you're full. And it lasts, you know, through most of the time that you're going to be eating. Your meal lasts. So I got used to eating 1 meal a day. That's not a problem.